Then scientists came to see his work. They discovered, number one, all the 19 homosexuals died from AIDS. And AIDS affects the brain and can make changes in the cells of the brain. Two, the 16 he has chosen, he knows nothing about their life, whether they're homosexual or not. Three, they found that area of the hypothalamus, which he said is the cells are different. It has nothing to do with sex. It is not part of the hypothalamus, which is plays a big role in sexual activities. He was considered a liar. This was a flawed. All the study is flawed, not accepted. Then they came, developed another theory. All of that to prove to people that it is inherited. This is the way God created you. So why make a fuss of it? There is nothing more untrue and nonsense than this. They came with what they call the androgen hormonal theory. Women who have more androgen, the male sex hormone, in their bodies will become lesbians. And then again, oh, we have found this, we have found this. And this, according to them, happens during the gestation, before the baby, the female baby is born. If she has an excess of androgen, she is going to become a lesbian. Then there was also a big row. The scientists went to make sure. They discovered that many of the homosexual women, lesbians, do not have excess of androgen. And many normal women have high androgen in their body. The whole theory collapsed as no. Another one came to say there is a gene that makes about homosexuals, which is inherited in the X chromosome from the mother. Then another scientist went and studied, and they discovered it is false. There is nothing today, there is nothing to prove the heritability of homosexual up to now. Doctors even in our own countries don't know these facts. Even medical doctors. I have been talking with a woman with a PhD in medicine and working in the fighting of AIDS, and she said, yeah, it is inherited. How can you say as a Muslim it is inherited? Because if it is inherited, then God is not just. How can Allah create in you homosexuality in your body and then punish you for that? Then, in their defense, they will find there are many other people who are Christian who still believe that Sodom has been overturned and punished by God for homosexuality. So what can they do about this? In order to defend homosexuality, if they say the Bible is all nonsense, then it might be too much. So what do? They say, no. The theologians did not understand the Bible well. And then they go to put a different story. I will give you an example from one of these authors. Her name is Fromer. Let me read for you this one. One of these famous interpreters is Fromer, who declared that the Bible has unnecessarily scandalized homosexuals by its unwarranted bad press. The author carefully narrates the story in a way that gives the reader an impression that the whole issue of punishment to homosexual inhabitants of Sodom was either misunderstood by theologians or that the two angel men who were sent by God to Prophet Lot committed a grave mistake. According to Fromer, after the two men angels had eaten and retired for the night in Lot's house, a group of men from the city came to Lot's house and wanted the men angels to come to them so that they may be intimate with them. And she said, intimate has nothing to do with sex. They only want to be their friends. She then goes on to relate the story by saying that Prophet Lot implored the men angels not to go to the townsmen and that he offered his own two virgin daughters to them instead, since disturbing these two guests would be an inhospitable act. By offering his virgin daughters, Lot committed a serious mistake which greatly angered the angels, who blinded the men instead of punishing Lot. What kind of thought is this? According to the Quran, the story of Sayyidina Lot is that when the whole group of Sodom became, homosexuality became like an epidemic, Allah sent two angels, he sent angels to Lot, and they came in the shape of handsome human beings. Then the men in the village came to have sex with these handsome men. And Lot said to them, please, if you really want to have sex, I have by saying my daughters, the women in the village, in the town, go to the women, marry the women, leave my guests, don't touch them. Then the angel said to Lot, don't worry, they will not be able to reach us. And they were blinded. But now here she says that the angels made a mistake because these people only want to be friends. You come to people at the middle of the night to be friends with them, just to be friends and say hello. Of course, the whole story does